Hello, today we're going to go over SIGNL4 and the new Logic Monitor two-way connector. As you can see here, I have loaded up my SIGNL4 homepage. And if I go over to my other tab here, we have loaded up our Logic Monitor. So back in SIGNL4, if I go down to my teams and select the team that I wish to create the Logic Monitor connector in, and then go to the Apps section. Now if I scroll down inside of here, we will actually see a Logic Monitor connector down here at the bottom. Now if I go ahead and click on this to open it up, it'll give us a brief little bit of information on the connector, as well as a link to the Logic Monitor integration page, where it actually goes over the connector and some of the things you can do with Logic Monitor. So let me go back over here to my connector, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the Create button. And when I click on the Create button, we'll see here that it gives it a name, and you can edit the name to call the connector anything that you wish to, just so you know by looking at it exactly what this connector is for. Now, for the configuration, all we need is two small items. First off, we need the Logic Monitor URL, and I'm going to go ahead and enter that in for me here. Next up is we need a Logic Monitor API token. Now this can be created inside of the Logic Monitor, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that now. So let's go back over to our Logic Monitor, and inside of here I'm going to need to go to Settings, and then I want to go to Users and Roles, and once I'm inside of the Users and Roles, I want to click on the API Tokens tab. Now on the tab we're going to have two different options, an LMV1 and a bearer token. What we need for our purposes is the bearer token, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that tab. And we'll already notice that we have a couple of tokens created here. However, to create a new one, all we would have to do is go ahead and click on the Add button over here on the right. And that'll allow us to create and use a new bearer token. We'll see here that the bearer option is there, but it is grayed out, meaning it is just forcing you into a bearer type token, which is what we want. So that's a good thing there. And next up is you need a user, and you can use any user that we have here. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and type in the Patrick user, because I know Patrick is a user inside of the program, so we're going to use his. Once that's done, you'll notice that a token is automatically created. Make sure that we actually save the API token inside of Logic Monitor. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, and we can take this token and input it inside of the SIGNL4 program just by clicking on the copy button for the token and then pasting it into this API token field here. Once that's done, you just click on the Create button inside of SIGNL4, and then I'm going to go back over here to SIGNL4 and I'm going to click on the Create button, and now we'll see that the Logic Monitor is created and it is in the enabled state. And if I go back under my apps, we'll actually see a Logic Monitor connector, and this is going to be set to the enabled option here. Now once we've created our API token and added that into the connector inside of SIGNL4, our next step is we have to actually tell Logic Monitor how to send events over to SIGNL4. And this is a couple steps in this process. First off, we need to go under Integrations, and we need to create a new integration for sending alerts to, in our case, SIGNL4. So we'll see here that I have a SIGNL4 clone here. And if I open this up, we'll see that I've input my SIGNL4 URL for my team, so that my team will receive alerts. And then I've entered in a username and password for my SIGNL4 user, or in this case, Patrick's SIGNL4 user, to give it the rights to know that it is a valid signal coming into SIGNL4. Once this is done, we need to go ahead and save this. And now we have to tell the user to tell the system to use this integration. Well, how we do that is we go over here under our Escalation Chains, and we need to create a new escalation chain, like we did here with this superhero escalations. And if I open that up, you'll see here that I'm sending this to my Patrick superhero SIGNL4 clone integration. So this means that when I use this escalation, it is going to send to that integration, which in this case is our SIGNL4 integration. So once we've created that, let's go ahead and save this. And then our last step is we have to tell our alert rule to use this escalation chain. So here you'll see under alert rules that we have 3 different options by default, and you can add as many rules here as you would like, but for right now we're just going to use these default ones. So you'll see here if I click on the settings under the warning, we'll see a escalation chain here, and you can select the escalation chain that you just created, which in my case is going to be the superhero escalation. So I select that and click on save. I need to do the same thing for the other alert rules that I wish to send alerts to SIGNL4 using. So you'll see here that I've done it for both error and critical as well as warning. Now once all that's done, any alerts that are created inside a Logic Monitor that are using these rules will forward those alerts over to SIGNL4 as an event, which will then consume that alert and then create a SIGNL4 alert for your users. So now let's see this in action. So currently, our Logic Monitor is monitoring a number of websites for us. So if I click on the Websites menu option, we will see that I have a number of websites being monitored in here, and the one we're going to look at currently is going to be the Website 3. So we'll see right now Website 3 is in a good state. It's up, it's running, there are 0 alerts for it. So what I want to do is on my side is I'm going to go ahead and shut down Website 3, and then we were going to see a critical alert come in for this website. So let's just give this 1 second here and we'll see this alert come through. So now we'll see here that my Website 3 is officially in a critical status, and if I go over here to my alerts, we'll see that we actually raised a critical alert showing that the website is having an issue. In this case, we can't reach the website. So now let me go ahead and go over here to my SIGNL4, and under SIGNL4, if I go to the signals page, we will see that we have a new alert and event, new signal and a new event showing us that we can no longer access the website. So if I go ahead and click on it, we will see that we got the Website 3 and it's no longer can be accessed. So we are creating an alert because we have an issue with the website, and it's a critical alert because we can't reach the website at all. I also have a second one there because we actually had a clone inside of the Logic Monitor, so when one went down, we actually got 2 different alerts. And that's fine. That's just letting us know that we have 2 websites being monitored that we can no longer access. It just happens to be the same website for us at this time. Let me go ahead and inside of SIGNL4, I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge this alert. So we acknowledge the Website 3, and if I go back into my Logic Monitor, and I go into my alert, we'll see that it is now acknowledged, and is acknowledged by Pat, because Patrick is the Logic Monitor user. However, if I go over to my alert node over here, you'll see that it was acknowledged by the SIGNL4 user, Robert. And if I go back over here to SIGNL4 and now close this alert, and then go back over here to my Logic Monitor, we will see that the alert was closed by that user, by the same user in this case, or it could be a different user if it was a different user. And this just gives us a quick, brief rundown of how to use SIGNL4 and Logic Monitor with our new 2-way connectors. Thank you, and have a nice day. Goodbye. You can sign up for a free SIGNL4 trial at signal4.com/free-trial-test. And this is a completely free trial for 30 days with no credit card required. Thank you, and have a nice day.